Glock cock, got my 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 Glock, got my Glock, got my Glock cock, got my Glock, got my Glock, got my Glock cock, got my Glock, got my Glock, got my Glock cock, got my Glock cock.
Hello? Okay, it's working now. I see it. What the feck? Mic check. 212. Everybody in the chat's gonna cry boo-hoo. Good thing I wasn't playing any audio in the background. Although I probably gotta move this down a little bit. Woo! Woo! There we go. What's up? Welcome to another episode of The Worst Show on YouTube. Thank you for joining us for another episode of DTV, where we just kind of hang out and talk about some things that be happening and try to figure out why our computer's always changing our audio settings. One small step for man, one giant leap for mankind. Or is it womankind? Or is it just mankind now? Are we just dropping the what? I don't know. I hope not. Things used to be really easy, and now, no, they're not easy anymore. People gotta be bitch slapping other people just to make a little bit of a scene, if you know what I mean. So, whew, there's a lot of stuff out there. We have a question that everybody's been asking, and the question is, are you ready for the NWO? You know, the New World Order? Yeah, the New World Order. Have you guys heard of the New World Order? I've been looking into it a little bit over the years or whatever, and it feels like it's getting closer and closer and closer. Maybe, possibly. I'm not sure. I don't have all the answers. If you thought this was a I have all the answers show, well, then you would be highly mistaken. This is more of a bumbling through doing everything kind of experience. It's a little bit janky, but you might learn something. I mean, I learned something, so if I'm learning it, you're probably learning it too. I know some of you guys out there be clicking all the links and are just like doom scrolling on Twitter like, wah. I just watch little short videos on like YouTube Shorts or Facebook, sometimes TikTok, although not really TikTok, 'cause fuck TikTok, but it is what it is, my friends. It is what it is. So, news-wise, things have been pretty much the same. There's this war going on in Ukraine. Are we going to talk about it? Nah, because Why? What are we supposed to do about that shit? There's so many things that are happening. I mean, why is it always Ukraine? I keep saying this and I keep asking myself, why always Ukraine? Why? What is going on in the Ukraine? It's very strange. You know, Russia wants Ukraine. There's bread baskets. I don't know, Hunter Biden, Burisma, Rosemont Seneca Partners, all of these things. They're just buzzwords all associated to each other in weird, mysterious ways that make me have flashbacks to things that we talked about in the previous incarnation of our lives here. And now, as we re-enter the society, you know, just like looking around, just being like, all right, we're going to do this, and then just see what happens, you know, who cares a shit? And as far as I can tell, you know, we just got to keep it chill, right? Just keep it chill. The chiller we is, the chiller you bees. Although, people are not keeping it chill. Like, I get shit sent to me like this. Ghislaine Maxwell bragged about friendship with Amazon CEO Jeff Bezos. And this shit's from 2020. And I'm just sitting here wondering to myself, you know, you're right. What happened to this bitch? Is she still in prison? There hasn't been any weird situations where people are ended up, you know, deceased? Because, I mean, right now, everybody that betted on that shit lost all of their money. I am sorry to inform you that all of your money has been lost because you bet on the wrong number. I mean, who could have thought it? I mean, Mr. Epstein, everybody was saying, you know, he didn't do it, but he might have done it, actually. And then, like, this chick, she's just like, nah, man, it's all a lie. Damn you, Jeffrey. I mean, you're going to go see the movie, right? You'll probably go see the movie. Probably. But did you know that she hung out with Jeff Bezos? Dun, dun, dun. I don't know, but why do people send me shit like this? I don't know. But I like it. It's just like a little drop in your little brain. Just be like, do you remember? Did you remember this? You're welcome. I guess that's all you're supposed to say is thanks. Thanks for that. Goodbye. This one was a little bit better, though, because apparently in a document filed today by Elon Musk in a court case, it says, the cost of individual freedom. Compare Eminem without me. In 2002, the SEC won't let me be or let me be me, so let me see. They tried to shut me down with Capital or Citadel Broadcode members. I would actually, it definitely seems like Elon Musk had a lawyer drop some paperwork that was submitted in a federal court that quotes Eminem. Yes, the lyrics from Eminem. The SEC won't let me be. Or let me be me. So let me see. They try to shut me down. That's really, really interesting. What else to see? Rescinding penalty against radio stations for playing MSM's song, noting the First Amendment is a critical constitutional limitation that demands we proceed cautiously and appropriate restraint. The FCC's wrongful persecution cannot be recast as Mr. Musk's regret. I mean, this is how you troll people, my friends. Like, this is some, like, top-tier trolling. Like, Elon, we don't get along as much as we used to, but damn, son. That is some weird shit you got going on there, bro. But, you know, I'm guessing he wasn't the one that directly put it in there. And he was like, but, yo, you need it. It's like the it's like that Eminem song, you know? Throw that shit in there. I mean, if anything, we're just going to get internet points if you do. Right? 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 Jesus. Yeah. La 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 la. La 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 la. My name is Elon. It's Elon Musk. Think about that, guys. They're trying to shut him down on MTV. But it just feels so empty without me. I thought that was pretty interesting. But all respect aside, it's like Elon Musk is part of the New World Order, right? Elon Musk, NWO, supercars, fast-ass electric cars, but everything's getting powered by, gas and stuff, or, some kind of fossil fuel and some kind of, coal power plant or something. I don't know. What is this? Here's the real reason for the war. Wow, is that Putin? Is that Zelensky? Is that Macron? Wait a minute. Is that bunny ears? Did Zelensky give Putin bunny ears, and that's exactly why this whole war is going on? What? I don't know, dude. That's pretty messed up, dude. You got to give it to Zelensky for giving him the good old... Maybe he was just making a peace sign and it just happened to look like Putin was there. Maybe it's just the angle that they took the shot. Like, he was like, oh yeah, what's up, guys? Peace. And then, I don't know if I want to give it to him, but you know what? This could definitely be here. I don't know. Putin seems like a guy that not very much gets to him. All things considered, all the shit that people say. But I feel like this will get to him. I feel like this is going to get to him. I don't know if you agree with me or not, but that's totally fine. But it's whatever. Did you guys hear that the Democrats, put together an anti-lynching bill, and it wasn't really about lynching according to the National Review on March 2nd? Well, I think it has something to do with this shit right here.
Law. It was over 100 years ago in 1900, North Carolina Representative George Henry White, the son of a slave, the only black lawmaker in Congress at the time, who first introduced legislation to make lynching a federal crime. Hundreds of similar bills have failed to pass. Over the years, several federal hate crime laws were enacted, including one I signed last year to combat COVID-19 hate crimes. But no federal
hate crimes.
No federal law expressly prohibited lynching. None. Until today.
No more lynching. Hell yeah, bro. No more lynching. No more lynching. No more lynching. Wait a minute. I feel like, didn't we have a lynching bill before this? What? What the hell? Emmett Till Anti-Lynching Act. No federal law expressly prohibited lynching. I feel like that's wrong because, murder prohibited also part of lynching, right? Wasn't there, an anti-lynching bill for this? There had to have been an anti-lynching bill before this, right? Right? Are they for real? I mean, I'm not mad. I think lynching is wrong. But the United States, what the fuck? We didn't have a lynching bill? What the puck? Huh. Damn, Jussie Smollett. I guess he helped push it through, didn't he? Yeah, dude, that public lynching that happened to him. I hope they catch... Did they catch the guy that did it to him or whatever? Holy shit. What's this? Is this Kamala Harris?
I stood here with Senator Booker when we first proposed
this
lynching law. And we talked about the pain.
Back in 2020,
and
June 5th.
The history of the pain of this issue in America.
The history and the pain.
And the fact is that the country is raw because America has never fully addressed the historic and systemic racism that has existed.
That's right. America is racist as hell. Y'all racist.
Is an opportunity.
Zoltar.
It's an opportunity for this body to acknowledge the seriousness of this, to acknowledge that if someone places a noose over someone else's neck Why would you require that, in addition, their heart would be pulled out or their body pulverized to the point beyond recognition? Our bill is an opportunity to right.
Damn, Auntie Kamala helped us get that done. And then, bam, unanimous consent. It was introduced. Introduced on January 4th, 2021. And then it basically went through with unanimous consent. Then Joe Biden signed it into law. So now it's law today. And guess what? That's Joe Biden. You can't be calling him no white supremacist. I signed the anti-lynching law. That's right. I'm Joe Biden. I'm the greatest. I mean, if he could actually come out and say those exact words, I would be like, maybe he's all right. You know, maybe all the stories about him and him being a little bit demential, you know, being a little, I guess, I don't want to say the bad words or whatever, but it seems like that's where we're going. But yeah, I don't know who's ripping any hearts out. I guess I need to look back up into lynching a little bit more. I mean, I don't really want to look into lynching, but might have to, just to like figure out what the fuck they're talking about. But yeah, that's pretty crazy. I'm kind of crazy. Kind of crazy, actually. But it's not the first time it went in. If you look at the legislative history, it originally went in 2019. But that racist ass motherfucking Rand Paul said nah. And it didn't go through. Rand Paul, Rand Paul, what's up with that, dude? You got the white skin, the blue eyes, the sort of blonde hair or whatever. You a lynching motherfucker? You a lyncher, bro? Man, you can't do that in 2022, bro. You gotta step that shit up, man. Holy crap. Better read the fine print of that bill. Oh my God. Well, that's good, though. I'm glad that we have a bill that, you know, stops lynching or whatever. That's good. I feel like we should have had that before. Just saying. I feel like there should have been something on the books for that already. But, you know. Okay. What does this say right here? Whoever conspires to commit an offense under paragraph 1, 2, or 3 shall, if death or serious bodily injury as defined in section 2246 of this title results from the offense, be imprisoned for not more than 30 years, fined in accordance with this title or both. Other conspiracies who conspire to commit any offense, if death or serious bodily injury, so blah, blah, blah. So yeah, basically if somebody dies from you lynching somebody or whatever, you're in trouble. Were they trying to... Dude, were those guys that were trying to lynch Jussie Smollett at 2 a.m. while he was trying to get sandwiches from Subway? Are those two guys? Those two guys are still out there, dude. Stand with Jussie, bro. Stand with Jussie. But he pushed this through, so, you know, congratulations. Whether it went through or not, I guess we needed to have something in here. But damn, I mean, lynching. Are people... Who's going to be the first person to go down for this shit? Not going to be me. Wait, you can actually listen to this?
There are 5 versions. Text available as XML HTML, 5 kilobytes. XML HTML, new window, 4 kilobytes. For a complete Section 1, Cs. Section 249A of Title 18, United States Code, is amended by adding at the end the following. 5. Lynching. Whoever conspires to commit...
No more lynching. Congratulations, Joe Biden. I guess you get a win. I guess that's a win for Joe Biden. No more lynching, bros. No more lynching. Lynching is now super illegal, guys. Can't do it. Can't do it. But, yeah, whatever. What else is going on in Joe Biden's life?
Let's get something straight. You remember, if you covered me from the very beginning, I did not say that, in fact, the sanctions would deter him. Sanctions never deter. You keep talking about that. Sanctions never deter.
The president believes that sanctions are intended to deter, and in order for them to work to deter, they have to be set up in a way where if Putin moves, then the costs are imposed.
Don't you just like the taste of that one right there? Yeah.
Let's get...
They're supposed to when you enact restrictions on people, they follow them, and that's what happens, right? Yeah, right. Yeah, that works really well, doesn't it? It does, doesn't it? Jesus Christ. Well, you know, we've talked about this before, jokingly, but I never thought I'd see the actual day that it'd be happening. Somebody posted this up in the Discord. Shout out to the person that posted it in the Discord. Probably one of you gun nuts out there, one of you guys that's always giving me all kinds of information on all these sweet, sweet guns that go bang, 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 bang. Anyways, what is this? Yeah. Apparently somebody's looking to enact bullet control. Yes, adding a bill to tax per round of bullets in the New York State Senate. You want to buy some mother sucking ammo, boy? Well, you're going to have to pay per bullet tax. So if you want to go buy 500 rounds to go crack off in a matter of seconds, well, you're going to get taxed on each and every single one because, you know, every time you shoot one of those bullets, there's some kind of carbon or some crap going in the air, and somebody's got to pay the green tax on that shit, and it ain't going to be Uncle Sam, it's going to be your ass. So, yeah, they want to incur a 2-cent tax. That is right, folks. Let me repeat that. State Senator Andrew Gonadares would like an arbitrary 5-cent tax for ammunition larger than .22 caliber, and .22 caliber or smaller would be 2-cent tax. So, how would you like to be paying 5 cents a round extra per round every time you go buy rounds? Dang, man, I feel like I bought a 50 box of 9mm. Damn. $50 a 9mm, and all of a sudden I'd be having to go buy some more ammo or whatever. That would be expensive as fuck, bro. Holy shit. So wait a minute. If I bought 59mm ammos and then I had to pay a 5-cent tax on them, holy shit. That would like double the price of the rounds. So instead of paying $25 a box, I'd be paying $50 a box. Man, fuck you, dude. No. This isn't gas. This is some bullshit. So that would mean that it would literally nearly double the price, but I don't even know what the price of ammunition is in New York City, and I can guarantee you that, you know, I could go buy some shit Target ammo at the, shop or whatever, and it's going to cost $25 to $30, and we're talking about doubling the price of it in taxes alone, which is kind of crazy if you really ask me. But maybe it's not. Maybe it's just going to be a little bit less, but who cares? What I do know is that it's going to be kind of weird, and they're talking about giving it back to the community. But yeah, if we enact bullet control, and like with these Democratic liberals and all these other shits, they're always going to be doing the same thing. But think about it. If you push up the number even more, it's going to cost you even more per round, which is still ridiculous in the end of the story, even if it is only $2.50 in the reality, because I did the math wrong. I did 50 cents a round instead of 5 cents a round. So if you think about it, it's still going to be an increase, $2.50, but it is what it is. At the same time, this is what we have to be looking forward to, because it all really depends, I think, on what's going to happen during the 2022 election cycle. It seems like people are supposedly getting themselves enacted and stuff, but as I've seen in at least multiple states, the parties are not up to the challenge in these particular areas. So think about that, dude. If you really see if this is what they're going to be trying to enact here, or in one spot, they're going to be pushing to try to do it federally eventually, no matter what. And Joe Biden has already been pretty clear that it's okay for the Ukrainians to get guns and rifles and shit, but for you don't need an AR-15. How you gonna defend against a nuke, bitch? You can't. That's why. You can't. You don't got no fallout armor. You ain't got no powered armor suit that you just walking around like mother sucking Iron Man where nuke goes off and you're gonna be alright. Ain't happening, sucker. You and your AR-15, your AR-15, is this select fire? Oh no, it's illegal for you to have that shit, sucker! Right, oh, sorry. Anyways, just a fun thing to do. What is this right here? Author says New York Times, Twitter bearing infamous laptop story that helped distract from the Biden family corruption. Wow. What? Twitter? What? Come on. Twitter doesn't do that. Twitter's not disrupting anybody. They're not banning anyone that's talking about this and stuff. I mean, they were totally doing that shit during the election, but how are you trying to say that that's bad? Like, did you guys want to get another 4 years of Trump? Like, that was what you wanted? You really wanted that, didn't you? I'm sorry. I mean, did you really think that they were going to let that shit happen? I mean, clearly not. Clearly they were like, nah, man, we got 81 million people together to say F you. And now we're all having to, deal with the after effects. But, yeah, author Ashley Rinsberg feels that Twitter has botched its response to this story and a bunch of other stories, and Twitter is banning people and wow, but it's like, we know this. They've been doing it pretty consistently since old Jack was in control, and now that we got Angwar or Pop, whatever the hell his name is, I mean, they don't even care about free speech anymore. If you're not in their friend group, man, your ass is booted. Quick as shit. Lickety split. Go hang out on Getter. So, I guess that's part of what we're dealing with, but the laptop is something that's not dying. Everybody was talking about it. Now everybody wants to stop talking about it. Well, let me rephrase that. Certain news channels and authoritative sources would like people to stop discussing this, but you know what? There's people that are out there that just give absolutely no fucks. Like Senator or congressional candidate Matt Gaetz, who was like, well, I would like to
enter into the record of this committee content from, files from, and copies from the Hunter Biden laptop.
Without objection.
Enter into the record of this committee content from, files from, and copies from the Hunter Biden laptop.
Without objection.
Wow. Really, Matt Gaetz? You really gonna go there, dude? Because he's going there. While all the authoritative people would like it to go away, there's guys like Matt Gaetz and a few other individuals that keep up thinking up ways to keep it into the, view of citizens out there, because people need to see all that crap on this laptop. But as far as I can tell, they're not going to allow it to be entered into the congressional record. Jerry Nadler, old fatty natty, decided that he was going to block that one for you because he didn't really give two shits about you or them or what was actually happening with this. So they tried to put it in there. They tried to show it to people, enter it in, but apparently the cybersecurity individuals out there and the FBI were like, I don't have any information about that laptop. I don't want to talk about that laptop. Wait, you're trying to introduce this laptop into this hearing? No, you're not allowed to do this. You cannot do this. My name is Jerry Nadler. Yeah. Well, I mean, if somebody lost or stole it there, CV, who's he hold right there? That looks like a little hard drive that's a copy of it or whatever that he tried to enter it into the record, but they were like, nah, son, you can't do that. You can't have it. Can't have it. And, this is the guy that was upended his whole entire life. Old Mac Isaac forced to close his shop due to harassment because they were like, you're a Russian troll! You're supporting a authoritative Nazi regime! Yeah, that's how it really is. That's basically what it sounds like when they talk about it, but...
So where is it?
So where is it, dude? Where's the fucking laptop, bro?
Sir, I'm not here to talk about the laptop. I'm here to
Sir,
talk about
I'm not here to
cyber
talk
program.
about the
You are the
laptop.
assistant director of FBI Cyber. I want to know where Hunter Biden's laptop is. Where is it?
Sir, I don't know that answer.
That is
Where's
astonishing
Hunter
to me.
Biden's laptop,
Has
bro?
FBI Cyber assessed whether or not Hunter Biden's laptop could be a point of vulnerability, allowing America's enemies to hurt our country?
Sir, the FBI cyber program is based off of what's codified in Title 18, or Title 18, Section 1030, a code which talks about computer intrusions, right, using nefarious intent network.
Well, you've talked about passwords here. I mean, Hunter Biden's password on his laptop was Hunter02. He drops it off at a repair store. I'm holding the receipt from Max Computer Repair, where in December 2019, they turned over this laptop to the FBI. And what now you're telling me right here is that as the assistant director of FBI Cyber, you don't know where this is after it was turned over to you 3 years ago.
Yes, sir, that's an accurate statement.
Yes, we don't know where the laptop is. Well, obviously, they gave it back to Hunter Biden, bitches. Oof. We don't know where the laptop is. I mean, I can attest to that, once those shady government types get your shit, you never get it back. There's no getting it back. They don't give you a receipt. You get a receipt. Like, what the fuck? Was I supposed to get a receipt? I don't know how that shit works.
How are Americans
FBI
supposed to trust
boomer
that you can
division.
protect us from the next colonial pipeline if it seems that you can't locate a laptop that was given to you 3 years
Can't
ago
locate a
from the
laptop.
first family, potentially creating vulnerabilities for our country?
Sir, it's not in the purview of my investigative responsibilities.
But that is
I don't give a
shocking
shit
that
about
you wouldn't, as the assistant director
Hunter
of cyber,
Biden's
know
laptop.
whether or not there are international business deals, kickbacks, shakedowns that are on this laptop that would make the first family
Shakedowns.
suspect to some sort of compromise. Mr. Assistant Director, have you assessed whether or not the first family is compromised as a result of the Hunter Biden laptop?
Sir, as a representative of the FBI cyber program, it is not in the realm of my responsibilities to deal with the questions that you're asking me.
Has anyone at
It's got no questions. I ain't gonna answer shit, bro. I don't give a shit about you, Matt Gaetz, and your swept back hair, and your underage girl parties on boats and shit, and going clubbing. I don't give a shit about none of that. I was sent here by my boss to sit here and not answer any questions about anything that you ask me. All I'm here to do is talk about FBI cyber, and nobody gives a shit about Hunter Biden's federal booty inspector license, okay?
FBI Cyber been asked to make assessments whether or not the laptop creates a point of vulnerability?
Sir, we have multiple lines of investigative responsibility in the FBI. They're all available in public source.
Well, I would think you'd know this one. I mean, I would think that if the president's son, who does international business deals, referencing the now president with the Chinese, with Ukrainians, I mean, have you assessed whether or not the Hunter Biden laptop gives Russia the ability to harm our country?
Sir, again, we can do this back and forth for the next couple of minutes. I don't have any information about the Hunter Biden laptop. Or the
Bro, I don't have any information about the Hunter Biden laptop, but fuck it, let's do this. Let's do this for another couple of minutes. Come on, bro, come on, bring it. And they literally do it for another 3 minutes. This goes on for another 3 fucking
Their
minutes.
tax issues or whatever. But as it relates to our, is the first family sufficient cyber infrastructure to protect? You don't even know if they're compromised. Tell you what, Mr. Chairman, I seek unanimous consent to enter into the record of this committee the contents of Hunter Biden's laptop, which I'm in possession of.
I'm not.
Fatty Nadler.
There's no objection to that.
Fatty Nadler's like,
I can't say no objection.
who's this
I've
dude?
never had.
I will object pending further investigation.
And what's the basis of that objection?
It's a unanimous consent
Who's this
request,
fucking
and I
guy?
object pending.
Very well, I have a subsequent question. Mr. Chairman, I seek unanimous consent to enter into the record.
Who the fuck is this he's all like, wearing his mask, and he's like, Jerry, you need to object this shit. You need to object this shit now, but you need to object it pending investigation. Blah, 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 blah. You can't just object it outright because it's going to make you look really bad.
I've never had.
Who's this dude?
Pending further investigation.
And what's the basis of that objection?
You can hear him talking to him, so.
It's a unanimous consent request, and I object pending.
Very well, I have a subsequent question. Mr. Chairman, I seek unanimous consent to enter into the record the receipt.
It may very well be
from the Mac shop.
It may very well be entered into the record after we look at it further.
Very well, Mr. Chairman, I have a subsequent unanimous consent.
Oh, who's that guy? Oh yeah, you need to say this right now, Mr. Natty Nadler, bastards. Shit, helicopters outside. I feel like it should have been. That should have gone differently, right? They should have just let him enter it into the record, right? Yeah, nah, bro. What are you thinking? What are you thinking? Why would they let them enter that shit into the record? They can't be having that crap go down while they're in the middle of this particular shit. Ugh. Yeah, I don't know if he's a puppet or what. I don't know if little old Natty's a puppet of somebody, but it definitely feels like somebody's got his hand up his ass or something. And it's not his proctologist. I'm just going to put it out there like that for you, okay? I'm just going to leave that cheese on your bees or whatever. Think about that. And you know what? It's really weird that even the Daily Wire's reporting that Mr. Matt Gaetz is also pushing for basically to strip the security clearance for the intel officials who dismissed the 190 sortie. Remember, there was 50 of them that all came together and be all like, the laptop is Russian disinformation. It's fake. And then literally, same guy that was in there getting blocked from entering that into the congressional record pending a review, all of a sudden, he's also the same guy that's like coming out top on this. Like, is he really trying to get reelected right now? What is going on? Is he trying to go out with a bang or whatever ever since he got off on the whole, yacht party business? He decided that, like, that's not going to be my green. Yeah. Think about that. How often do you see some random white dude coming up to somebody, telling somebody what to say, and then them saying it exactly? And doesn't that kind of feel like a little strange to you? And then doesn't it feel strange to you also that this Gaetz character is the one that's pushing all of this so hard? Don't you feel like somebody else with, I don't know, maybe a little bit more experience or something should be in charge of this shit? Kinda weird. Indeed. And even weirder, some people have brought me to the notice that old Ann Vandersteel from the Steel Truth is out there bringing the news or the bullshit or whatever, but she's also seemingly talking a lot about Hunter Biden's laptop, and somebody pointed me to a little ditty about somebody that we all remember, old Tory.
Because we're going to lose our republic unless we fight back in full body.
I don't even know who this dude is.
Or ours. I'm done with the party system. The only three letters that matter to me now are USA. All of these people, every last one of them can be replaced. And if you want proof, just drive by Arlington, because those sons of guns.
Yeah.
Guns is not a fair description.
Those sons of
SOBs
guns
drive by it every day and betray our vaunted dead. I'm not going to do that. And there are other brave Americans who are not going to do that. Okay? And I'm sick and tired of all these people talking about how, Maxie hasn't done enough. But there's Tory and little Garrett. They're going down too because they were working with the people trying to cover it up. And I will prove every single thing.
So I want to interject here. Tori was at a Health and Freedom Conference a couple of weeks ago, and she walked out on stage saying she had Hunter Biden's laptop.
I can explain how she got it. A fellow named Mike Tremarco, who was all over in Sydney's office and Rudy's office, and Steve finally kicked him out of our office because we're like, what is this clown show doing in here, looking at our documents? I will say this right now. I would guess that Mike Tremarco is working for the feds. He's got his own problems with him. Maybe he's trying to cover up, fix things for himself. But Mike Tremarco told me, he called me, and they've tried to set me up several times, called me last May or April, I guess it was, because I talked to Bernie Carrick about it. And he said, hey, Jack, I've got this friend who's got the laptop, and she's been hacking into Hunter Biden's cloud and bank accounts. You should see the stuff that she has found. My response, whoever that woman or person is, they need to have the FBI kicking their door in right now because they're violating federal law. I have not done any of that. I've been astute in following the law and trying to be an honorable person. And I said, Mike, furthermore, how'd she get one? He goes, oh, I gave it to her. I said, really, Mike, how'd you get one? Well, I know that one went missing from Rudy early on. Mike probably stole it. In fact, I'll say Mike stole it. And he gave it to Tori. So,
Did he give it to Garrett Ziegler?
You know how Garrett Ziegler got his laptop? I'm just going to be clear because I want to throw everybody under the wheels. Garrett Ziegler came to me in early December, told me that he was going to give it to the director of national intelligence. The only reason I know this punk kid with a crew cut and a Midwestern can-do BS attitude is because he was the errand boy for Peter Navarro. So I trusted him, and I thought, okay, if the director of national intelligence gets his hands on this in early December, maybe something's going to happen. He never gave it to the director of intelligence. He can hem and haw all he wants. I've got half a dozen witnesses who will testify to the fact that contemporaneously I told them that. So he can hem and haw all he wants. These people are bad, bad, bad people.
Bad, bad, bad people. Look at Ann Vandersteel's face. I don't think that she's ever looked so surprised and like she's eternally screaming right now because she was just on an event with Tori or whatever. So, woo!
And we have been betrayed.
Is Navarro aware of this at this point?
Nobody calls me back anymore, Ann. They're all making money on fixing the election or writing books, right? You want to talk about Miranda Devine's book? Let's talk about what's not in Miranda Devine's book.
Yeah, let's talk about what's not in Miranda Devine's book. But yes, I thought it's weird that all of a sudden somebody's telling me that old Tori's running around saying that she's got a copy of Hunter Biden's laptop and she's hacking into the files. Oh yeah, I'm hacking into his iCloud and I'm getting all his information. Really, Tori? You're doing all that? Because, it's pretty easy to just, open files up. I mean, I don't think there's going to be any hacking required at all. I mean, to get into his iCloud, you're going to get into his iCloud and you're going to do it through what? Tor? Yeah, I don't think that's going to work. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's not going to work. So, I just feel like there's a lot of happening here. And even more so, it was like a day later, Patrick Byrne gets onto the horn and starts defending all of the people that this dude just threw under the bus, which makes it even stranger if you really ask me, because, I mean, now that the laptop is basically big worthy news, all of the people that were in the alternative space that were getting beat up all over this are starting to, I guess, crumble, because a lot of claims were made about a lot of things, and ultimately, a lot of them don't seem to have, I guess, panned out the way that most of them said that they were going to, which is very strange, if you ask me, because Mr. Maxey over here seems to be just popping off on the hilt on each and every single one of these individuals. And these are the same people, Tor is the same operator that was running around with Millie Weaver in that whole ShadowNet, whatever the hell they called that shit. ShadowNet? I don't even remember what it was called. But I just knew it was bullshit. I mean, let's go ask Patrick Berge. Hey, Berge, you still hanging out with Millie Weaver? You still hanging out with Tori? Or are you guys out of that scene too? Did you guys get extricated? Very, very strange, actually, when you really think about it. Hold up. There was another version of this, too. I think I actually posted it. Yeah, right here, the bonus.
Court, the Michigan +2 +2, it adds up to 11.
What's up,
and he seems to be stretching things out. So I happen to have personal knowledge of a bunch of the events he was talking about. May I tell you what actually happened?
Go right ahead.
Yeah, so Tramarco is a business guy. Rudy and Bob Costello, Rudy's attorney, got the Hunter Biden laptop from the guy who ran the shop. And they called. They got it. They got their friend. Rudy has a second client, Mike Tramarco, the president, and Mike Tramarco. He called Mike in to help because there was a bunch of business stuff. So that's back October 2020. So that's how Mike got involved. I've had a chance to catch up with Garrett. According to that's how Mike got involved. Garrett got offered the laptop by Jack in December of 2020. Garrett flatly denies ever saying anything about taking it to the DNI. Says that's total. Says first of all that Maxie's story isn't correct because he refers to Rick Grinnell. Rick Grinnell was not the DNI. Rick Grinnell left 6 months earlier, was John Ratcliffe. In addition, one of them had already come out in October and said that they have a copy of the laptop and it is not Russian. Whoever was the DNI in October 2020.
Interesting how Ann Vandersteel finds herself connected to all of these characters and interviewing them, and it's like its own little drama thing where one guy's saying one thing and trying to burn everybody else, and then the other guy's like Patrick Byrne, who definitely has publicly stated that he was an FBI informant, was like, hey man, we gotta clean this shit up, bro. We gotta clean this shit up, dog. Do you think Patrick Bergey's a guy who took Tor to Rudy's house to do IT work? Who else does she know? I mean, it had to have been Patrick Bergey or somebody close, because that Tori girl she snuck herself into a bunch of shit over the years, whether it was QAnon or regardless of anything else. And she's been running with Patrick Byrne now for a while. So, like, you know, it's like she's working directly with Patrick Byrne, so, like, I can't even look at anything that he does as being serious anymore, because it almost, to me, seems like he's the one that's putting her in all of these places, and what they're doing doesn't ever seem to be helping in any way. I mean, that Tory chick was the one that was saying that she had all kinds of stuff on the election that turned out to be hogwash poppycock. She was the same person that scammed a bunch of people at a Christmas party. She's the same person that keeps showing up in so many different ways, and on one story she's working with all these people and seeing how the election's stolen, and another story she's working with the Keystone. I mean, I can't even keep up with all of the lies. It's unbelievable. But these are the people that, like, should be getting sized. Like, I see a bunch of people online, like, going after Jim Sewardson and thinking that they're doing, like, oh, hey, the work's done. We took down Q. Let's go do some other shit. Be like, what about these fuckers? They still exist, you dipshits. Shouldn't you be digging into these people a little bit more? Like, come on. Oh, and I guess I'll take this time to, be all like, I got a Rumble. If you guys look, I got a 1 view, 6 views on Rumble, 4 views on Rumble. Somebody's actually watching this crap on Rumble. I don't know who it is, but I got 282 Rumbles. Damn, son. I would think about live streaming on Rumble, but it's $10 a month, and right now I don't feel like spending $10 a month. I don't feel like spending the $10 a month. So, if you really think about it, it's a little bit weird. And then, yeah, I figured I would show you guys, we're having a little bit of an issue with monetization on all of the things. I have to get them all analyzed, but I figured I probably shouldn't do that. That feels like you'd be asking for trouble, but, it's whatever. It's whatever. In other news, the Russia Central Bank has announced that the ruble is now bound to gold, and it's going to be 5,000 rubles per gram of gold. Oh boy. This is probably going to create a lot of problems, because if Russia is already accepting yuan for oil, what happens when Russia starts accepting gold for oil? Oh yes, what happens when they start posting for gold and oil? I feel like there's a lot more to this that could be said. Some people were actually posting about it in the Discord. Here. Somewhere. Was it here? I think it was here. Oh yes. Oh yes, it was here. There was a couple of articles. Y'all got on gold hell or whatever. The future mummy pivots as Fridays. Putin sends a deadline for dropping the dollar, requiring rubles for energy exports. Do you feel like now Putin is starting on his own economic vices? Because this is definitely going to change, I feel, a lot of different stuff. Having a gold standard for oil is going to spell a disaster for the United States dollar and create major inflationary crises, which is kind of interesting considering that, you know, Saudis are considering accepting yuan instead of dollars for oil translations, and that would also be a mighty big blow to us out here in the United States. But think about that, guys. People are going to be selling off all their gold reserves, or people are going to be buying them all up, but who owns all the gold right now? Who is King Midas in the Midas Square? I don't know. But what I do know is that there's going to be something that's going to come out of this, and it ain't going to be good for you or me. It ain't going to be good for you and me. What the hell's this? Metabiota produces bioagents under diplomatic cover as a secret lab, then sells pandemic insurance and trackers to help countries get ahead of what they're putting out. Company part of Pentagon's DRTA program, as well as funded by Rosemont Seneca, Hunter Biden. Metabiota partners with industry and governments worldwide to build resilience to epidemics and protect global health. Wow, that sounds really nice. Metabiota Incorporated was tapped by Sierra Leonean government and the World Health Organization to help monitor the spread of the virus and support the response after Ebola was first discovered circulating in Guinea in March of 2014. Metabiota was contracted by the Pentagon to perform work for the DTRA before and during the Ebola crisis in West Africa. It was awarded $3.1 million between 2012 and 2015 for work in Sierra Leone, one of the countries at the epicenter of the Ebola outbreak. The Ebola outbreak was 2014 to 2015. Biowelfare scientists using diplomatic cover test men made viruses at Pentagon biolabs in 25 countries across the world. These biolaboratories are funded by the Defense Threat Reduction Agency, DTRA, under a $2.1 billion military program. Metabiota sponsored a viral surveillance for the PREDICT program in 2014 to 2017. Interesting. The 2017 study was supported by the U.S. aid through the Emerging Pandemic Threats PREDICT project. Co-authors include Nathan Wolf at Metabiota, Peter Daszak, and William Koresh at the Eco Health Alliance and the PREDICT Consortium, although no authors are declared. The U.S. is gaining control over biological research facilities, researchers, and stocks of deadly viruses in Ukraine. By lucky chance, Metabiota, a subcontractor, is sharing the building with Blacken VTech in Kiev. What? That can't be right. What the fuck is this? This will allow the USA to control epidemiological situations in the region and get access to every development in the sphere and manipulation of population side while increasing the American pharmaceutical corporation's profits. This seems like some crazy conspiracy theory. 2018 Kiev. Also, a reminder of who is in charge of Ukraine for the Obama administration. That would be Joe Biden. It would Joe Biden. Flashback to 2016 Ukraine. Obama doctrine and Ukraine. It is said about the laboratories that I built in Ukraine in 2014 to 2017. It seems that only Americans work there and the Pentagon finances them. They accounted 11 secret laboratories in Ukraine throughout which dangerous diseases spread. Oh, and that's right here from this document right here by Stephen Pfeiffer and John Herbst for the National Interest. And that was March 16th of 2016. And it was specifically talking about Ukraine and Russia and foreign policy and Barack Obama. But it doesn't seem to mention too much about Joe Biden. Hold up. Yeah, it doesn't seem to mention Biden one time. Yep, I put Joe Biden. But it does seem to mention a whole lot about Obama. Ukraine. Ooh, very weird. Who did this? Officials' documents indicate that the U.S. military doctors are studying to use pathogens, especially dangerous infections, in different regions of Ukraine. This is confirmed by the outbreaks of infectious diseases. All of this occurred during the Obama administration, and VP Joe Biden was the person of interest for Ukraine and China. Here's interesting. Here's the title of the article for reference in case it does not go through again. Joe Biden visits Ukraine 6 times in 8 years while vice president. Rosemont Seneca Partners is an investment firm led by Hunter Biden. This was the financial backer of Metabiota, a pandemic tracking and response firm that has partnered with Peter Daszak's Equal Health Alliance and the Wuhan Institute of Virology. What? That's the nationalpulse.com. Hunter Biden invested in pandemic firm collaborating with Peter Daszak in the Wuhan lab. Oh, really? I didn't know this. Pilot Growth Management is currently the #1 investor in Metabiota. Neil Callahan is also the co-founder of Rosemont Seneca. And who else is on that? Devin Archer? Oh, wow. That's kind of crazy, actually. This is like pretty big, if you ask me. Kind of seems like somebody spent a lot of time Googling some shit. They were literally investing in a biolab company which houses and tracks deadly pathogens, and it creates and tracking global virus outlooks by marketing the pandemic insurance to go along with it. Here's the Metabiota and their ingenious evil scheme. Dr. Nathan Wolf, a guy from the Bat Study and numerous other studies. Oh yeah, another familiar face appears. Ghislaine Maxwell. I'm sure that they just had dinner. What the fuck? In 2017, Metabiota announced some partnership and set itself up to become an innovator in pandemic insurance. Not many countries would understand that they needed it. Or did they? The Munich Reinsurance Company, the largest global reinsurer, and IQT, the strategic investor that accelerated the development of technologies through the United States intelligence community, have signed strategic agreements with Metabiota. Munich and IQT select Metabiota to gain deeper insights into epidemic risk and global preparedness for infectious diseases. 2017. Weird. Working in collaboration with Marsh and Munich, Metabiota developed the pathogen RX. It uses triggers such as Metabiota's new pathogen sentiment index, which the epidemic specialists launched recently. 2018, May 21st. Wow. AI modeling, companies, government, pandemic. Kind of like brings that whole pandemic shit into proportion when Jason Goodman was going all crazy saying pandemic and shit. So, wait, what is all of this? Is this just like is this some like conspiracy theory Twitter thread that somebody just put together and was getting all crazy on? Because that's what I feel like we got it going on. Because it kind of feels like that's what's going on here. But whoever said this was Blue Canaries. But they said it October 17th of 2021. But their account got suspended. So it only exists in that Twitter thread back. Huh. I wonder why they would have suspended it all them years ago. Kinda seems like they probably should have said something about it, right? And it's like, they even have all of the links and stuff that are required. I wonder why they got rid of them. I guess the world will never know. But hey, at least Hunter Biden and the boys were making some money for the big guy. The big guy. The big guy. What's this? Ron DeSantis backs Clarence Thomas over progressive clause for impeachment. The greatest living justice. Wow. Damn, Ron DeSantis. You calling the black man on the Supreme Court the greatest living justice? I like your moxie, Mr. DeSantis. You're trying to win points with me and it's working. But yeah, trying to live points with me, it's working. Eureka, I don't know the address of the Wuhan lab. Why the fuck would I know that? Do people just know that kind of shit? Am I lacking on my knowing shit? Whatever. In other news, January 6th, the White House logs were given to the House to show 7 hours of gaps in Trump's phone calls. That's right. For 7 hours, there was a gap in Trump's communication, and they want to fucking know why. We want to know why. Because we're trying to take Trump down. But yes, did you guys hear about this? There was a gap in his phone calls from 11:17 a.m. to 6:45 p.m. That means that they have no record of phone conversation. As his supporters descended upon the Capitol, and they're saying that there was burner phones or something going on. And somebody needs to fucking talk about it. And obviously, this is probably because, you know, he decided that he was going to sue somebody or something like that over all the bullshit. But, you know, let's just be clear here is that they're still trying to get him for the January 6th shit because, you know, the whole Russia shit kind of blew up in their faces and whatnot. Which isn't their fault. I mean, it was a really dumb play from the very beginning, but it's still, in the end, kind of worked out for him a little bit. I mean, it wasn't great. They psyoped a bunch of people, but hey, who really cares, right? Not me. But I do, too, want to know why there was a 7-hour gap in Trump's phone calls. Why 7? Why weren't you talking to anybody, Trump? Were you too busy watching TV and eating bonbons and chomping on popcorn and drinking Coca-Cola? Because if that's the case, I'm totally okay with that. Just a little bit weird that during that whole time they don't have any record of him talking to anybody. But you know what? It kind of goes to show that maybe they don't have any record that he talked to anybody because he didn't fucking talk to anybody because he was too busy sitting in front of the TV going, holy shit, what are we gonna do, man? I'm fucking ruined. I mean, that's just an imagining. I don't know what he actually said, but, you know, whatever. Also, New York AG Letitia James has smacked Donald Trump again like Will Smith smacking Chris Rock over his personal business documents that he refuses to cough up to old Letitia James. She's like, don't give a shit, Trump. Still want to see your shit, man. We're going to take your ass out. We're going to wring you out to dry, bro. My name's Letitia James. BLM. Yee. I mean, good job, Letitia James. You go after that white man. You get those reparations. I ain't even playing. You can do what you want, girl. You can do what you want, girl. In other news, that hacking group that's possibly containing a bunch of underage individuals called Lapsus. Well, it's now saying that they found a spreadsheet of accounts as they breached that Audica thing that had passwords and shit. So they probably did indeed get way more access to a lot of other people. And it also kind of shows a little bit of weirdness on the fact that Okta had a spreadsheet, like a fucking Excel document, you know, like a spreadsheet of all of the password stuff in plain text, so like you could just like go look at that, just get right in and be cool. And more or less they probably had that because people were coming like, well, I gotta reset my password, but I don't want to change it, it's the same password. Well, fine, here's your password, now go away. I mean, imagine if that's what they were doing. Just like people would call in and be like, all right, here's your fucking password, don't write it down or something, like put it on a sticky note on your fucking desk, like figure it out. Figure your shit out, bro. Figure the shit out. But yeah, apparently that was a thing that they happened to do. So, you know, a bunch of young dumbass kids hacking into the biggest companies in the world and then exposing that some of these big companies do the dumbest shit ever to give people access to things. It's kind of ridiculous, but yeah, you know, the TLDR on that is that, oh, they found a spreadsheet that was unencrypted with all the usernames and passwords on it. No big deal. I mean, you're totally not supposed to fucking do that, but hey, you're only a multi-million-dollar company that's doing identity services for some of the biggest companies out there. But no big deal, dude. Just chill, bro. Just chill, bro. It's fine. It'll get better. Talkradio.tv or Talk Radio on Twitter asked some questions of some people on the Twitter, and they asked, can a woman have a penis? And a resounding 62% of people out there said yes. Some other people, 36% of people said no, and a measly 2% of people said, I'm not sure. You're always going to get those I'm not sure people out there. So I think that Twitter has basically proven it. I mean, look at that amount of votes. That's 221,000 votes. And they say, can women have a penis? And that says yes. I mean, I don't know how you argue with those statistics right there. It's not like anybody could just, you know, go in there and make sure that they get the answer that they desire. But I mean, I guess the people out there are going to have to start rethinking how they think about the world, because this is looking like some, you know, presidential statistics to me, if you ask me. Also, they also asked this secondary follow-up question, which was, can men get pregnant? And a resounding 59% of people said yes, men can get pregnant. 40% of racist, bigoted assholes out there said no, and that's 40% bigoted, racist assholes, just saying, out there. And literally 1% said I don't know, which is weird that it's less than the other one, but this one seems to be a little bit closer. But it definitely seems like a lot of people out there are saying that men can get pregnant. So I would like to announce that I am going to be getting pregnant. I actually already am. Okay, that's a joke. This is just my belly. But, you know, imagine, you know, if I want to have a kid, I could just go have a kid, dude. I could just go have a baby. You guys want to take that journey with me? That would be a fun journey, right? DeFango racing a kid? That kid would be fucked up. I tell you what, that kid's going to be fucked up, man. The kid's going to be fucked up. I mean, it's crazy. I mean, the things that you learn on the internet, I didn't know that I was so fucking wrong. But now I know I'm wrong. And, I mean, I feel probably almost as wrong as this lady right here.
She has called me names and insulted me just for sitting down in the seat saying that I came here to celebrate today.
Is there going to be a problem?
No, I would like for him to change seats with someone.
No, I'm going to get somebody. Well, you don't have that right. So I will get somebody to come and talk.
You pretend you have the moral high ground, but you put that man's finger on the nape of your butt. That man doesn't believe in climate change. Do you believe in gravity? Did you know gravity is just a theory?
You have your belongings when you come.
Right.
But that's you. We're gonna have to take you off this plane right now. You have to tell me to come, please. You have to tell me to come. hostilities.
I'm going home. My mother-in-law, his mother, died.
Aw, her mother-in-law died.
I'm going home. There is no way I'm getting off this plane.
I'm not getting off the plane, sir.
Fine, I'll be quiet.
I'll be quiet. I'll be quiet.
I talked to Shaq. I'm going to be in Portland in my own bed tonight after being at my mother-in-law's.
Fortunately, not on this plane.
My husband lost his mother. Have some respect.
Dude, I want the other side. You see that chick in their iPhone in the background? Like,
What if we trade seats and the quiets down? How would that be? I'm asking at this point, the captain's already getting called. It's no longer, captain opened up 10 minutes down on what y'all say.
Let's try that.
Please ask him again if we settle down, if that can be okay.
My husband lost his mother.
my husband. You're buying drinks. You're buying drinks, little sonny. Wow. That's weird. Usually it's the Trump supporters that are getting thrown off of planes, but now people are accosting Trump supporters on planes, and then they're getting thrown off the planes. It's like, what is happening? Are things changing? Is the world getting better, or is this just one of those little times where you see something and you're like, holy shit. Imagine acting like that much of a biatch just because, you know, your mother died. And apparently she's from Portland. We're going to Portland! You Trump supporters are awful people. We have to go to a funeral. Now we're going to miss the funeral because some stupid Trump supporter sat next to me. I don't like this. Well, you should have thought about that shit when you decided to become an asshole, because not everywhere's like Portland, and not everywhere is going to be this. But yeah, what plane is this? No mask. Yeah, I don't know what mask. Maybe they're in another country or something like that. I don't know. But that is a great question. I still like the video, though. I still like it. What's this? White House omitted light Jackson child porn sentence in document given to senators. GOP says it's a cover-up. Wait, they forgot to add one of those cases into the list? What was that say? Jackson, President Biden's Supreme Court nominee, sentenced the case less than a year ago as she was about to be elevated to the D.C. Circuit Court. Title, U.S. versus Crane. It involved over 6,500 files depicting children appearing to be in elementary, middle, and high school ages engaged in sexual activities or posing sexually. The probation office recommended a sentence of 84 months, but in this case, Jackson sentenced the man to 60 months, which was the mandatory minimum. Oh, there was another one? You think this lady's actually going to get in? Because I don't think that this lady's going to actually get in or whatever. But I hope that people start actually seeing what's happening here. You know, was this like the same lady? This was the same lady that was on the Pizzagate case with that Edgar Welsh kid? Would she also be presiding over Ghislaine Maxwell or anybody else of that nature? I guess we'd have to go and see. I don't know. In resoundingly bad news for the crypto world, $615 million were stolen from the network that runs the popular crypto game called Axie Infinity, where you fight in your Pokemons or Pokemon-like things. But yes, your Axies are fierce creatures that battle, that allow you to fight across a digital nation to collect on and battle. Well, yeah, somebody stole a shitload of that shit. Somebody stole a fucking assload of it, man. A huge, holy shit, Holy crap, there was 615 million in that game, and somebody fucking stole it. That is like, holy shit. Crazy. And we don't know who did it, but that actually is a bigger hack that just like the biggest hack just happened. It was $6,011 from the DTV protocol and the Poly network in August of 2021. And now this one has topped it. And that's right, somebody went into there and fucking stole a whole bunch of shit. And there's really not much people are going to be able to do about this particular issue. Because it's not like the hacker is going to give that shit back or anything, but yeah, there's a lot of people that were very upset to wake up and discover that they were unable to withdraw their 5,000 Ether or their 3,000 Ether or any of the Ethereums. It says overall the breach resulted in 173,600 Ethereum and $0.5 million in USDC being drained from the Ronin Bridge in just 2 transactions. Wow. And this is one of those things that I guess if you didn't know anything about the blockchain, you'd be like, see, crypto is fucking worthless. You can't even stop people from stealing your money. And this is another situation that I've brought up a lot, or I've tried to point out, is that one of the main reasons that I never believed Ethereum was going to go anywhere, because it's vaporware designed by a fucking literal supervillain who's in league with literal supervillains. Anyways, Ethereum allows any idiot to be able to make something. And specifically what's going on here is that since the Ethereum network is slow and gay, I guess that's probably the way to think it. And it's both ways. It's happy, it's slow, and it's also not good. Because they found out a long time ago that the network wasn't going to be able to support the gameplay in the way that they had intended it to be, so they had to create what was known as a side chain. Yes, a side chain, which is connected to the main chain, which would be the main Ethereum blockchain, that allowed them to get around the really high gas prices. But therein lies the rub, meaning that they aren't set up with the same security or insecurity that is built into Ethereum. They actually have less security because it's an internal network that they're running that is decentralized in theory, but essentially only has 9 different computers that are compiling and making the decisions on whether money gets sent to somebody or not. And all of that shit was connected to their token and the USDC that they were basically having investors implement so that they could get their characters. So all really a hacker has to do is just find an issue with their side chain, and then they can get the side chain to spit out all the money that they want, which is the same thing that we've seen happen on the Ethereum blockchain when some dumbass writes a smart contract that's got some shitty coding or programming to it and allows them to basically, I don't know, get a bunch of free shit for free. So if you think or know what's being done, then you can realize that this is always going to be a problem, and this is going to be the main thing that I've always said is going to end up killing Ethereum, besides the fact that it's slow garbage. But, you know, I'm not a Bitcoin maximalist or crypto maximalist at all. I'm a realist. That's why I tell people the truth about these things. And it's kind of ridiculous that, you know, they're going to try to put some shade onto Ethereum for this one, even though it's more or less that the side chain that was set up got robbed and there was nothing that they could do about it. And there isn't going to be I bet you they're probably not going to be giving the money back, which is kind of crazy because you get messages like this. Hello, we lost our family savings worth $558K, and now we are facing financial disaster. While it was this, would you please be kind and refer at least something back so we can survive and cover the living costs? We would be happy to donate part of it to any charity of your choice. Oh, really? Yeah, I'm sure they're going to fucking send it right back to you. Hello, I deposited my entire money in loan of $35K USD in cash USD LP parent Sunny. Can you please return it? I have no crypto now. I request you please verify my SOL address at this and refund me in the bank, please. It will be a huge problem if I don't get my funds back. Took a loan from my grandpa to invest in crypto, and now if I don't have the money, I will be in a huge problem. Yep. Sounds like we might need to have another Ethereum hard fork, guys. Hey, let's just go ahead and stop the network, reverse everything, and fork it over, and just make money out of nothing, bitches. Let's do it. Ethereum Classic 2. I'm with it. Because that's basically what they did the last time that something like this happened. But those particular messages are from the other thing that happened when the wormhole blockchain got hacked for more than 320 million. Yay! And y'all are asking me for crypto tips and what you should be investing in? The answer's always going to be nothing! Unless you're okay with losing money. If you're okay with gambling, buy whatever you fucking want. If not, if you're not buying Bitcoin or Dogecoin, what the fuck you're doing? Not doing what I would do, that's all I'm saying. I'm not giving you financial advice. I'm just telling you not to be a dumbass. Yep. Oh, what's this? Businesses oppose Florida's Don't Say Gay ban on discussion of LGBTQ issues in public schools. That's right. But that's not what the bill does. Whatever. I'm not even going to say it. What I am going to say, though, is nothing. I'm going to have Ron DeSantis tell you, because he did it.
For Disney to come out and put a statement
He said it better.
and say that the bill should have never passed and that they are going to actively work.
I'm trading Sheeb at 10x leverage, degenerate. Who are you calling a degenerate? Why would you be trading Sheebs at 10x leverage? Are you a crazy man?
I think one was fundamentally dishonest, but two, I think that crossed the line. This state is governed by the interests of the people of the state of Florida. It is not based on the demands of California corporate executives. They do not run this state. They do not control this state. For Disney to come out and put a statement.
Ooh. Yeah, Disney still wants to like groom kids and be pedos or whatever. And they're also saying that they're going to be increasing the amount of content that they're going to be putting out that has all kinds of new exciting things in it.
I'm here as a mother of two queer children, actually. One transgender child and one pansexual child, and also as a leader. And that was the thing that really got me, because I have heard so much from so many of my colleagues over the course of the last couple of weeks.
Reimagine
forums
tomorrow.
and through emails and phone conversations, and I feel a responsibility to speak, not just for myself but for them, to all of us. We had an open forum last week at 20th where
open
again
forum.
the home of really incredible, groundbreaking LGBTQIA stories over the years, where one of our execs stood up and said, we only have a handful of queer leads in our content. And I went, what? That can't be true. And I realized, it actually is true. We have many, many, many LGBTQIA characters in our stories, and yet we don't have enough leads and narratives in which gay characters just get to be characters and not have to be about gay stories. And so that's been very eye-opening for me. And I can tell you, it's something that I feel perhaps had this moment not happened, I as a leader and me as my colleagues would not have focused on. And going forward, I certainly will be more so. I know that we will be. And I hope this is a moment where, the 50% of the tears, sorry, are coming. We just don't allow each other to go backwards.
Yeah, Disney's not going backwards. They're saying they're moving forwards. We're gonna be putting all that shit in everything, and you guys can't do anything about it. We're gonna indoctrinate your kids so that our employees can coddle them. Yeah. But yeah, that's right. They're not gonna be erased by DeSantis. They don't want people talking about that, and school, man. Florida just became the open battleground for the LGBTQ issues, doesn't it? And it's really weird because, you know, like, I remember watching that movie, The Birdcage, so I've always, you know, associated, like, you know, Miami, parts of Florida with being like, yeah, those are probably some pretty gay-friendly places or whatever, but I guess not anymore. I guess we forgot about all that shit. Now it's just all like, no, you can't say gay. And I'm just like, I'm pretty sure you can say gay. Gay is like a thing you can say. They're just saying, you know, you probably shouldn't be teaching like a bunch of students in a public setting about all that stuff until they're older, you know, ready for sexual education. Jesus. But whatever. I guess that's just the way it goes in the world today. But, you know, good for Florida for having a guy like Ron DeSantis that's going to step up to all the purple hair crazy peoples that are out there. And, you know, it kind of brings me back to, I wanted to show some of the memes out here. And this one right here, I think actually might be, you know, very, very good for us to take a look at. Media could not be played. Okay.
Me seriously, you're going to laugh at me? I'm trying to compete. And yes, I was born a boy. So what, guys? This is 2022. It doesn't matter what you were born. We have Ketanji Brown Jackson even says she doesn't even know what a woman is. So then I'm a woman. So that's what you guys have to do. If the Supreme Court justice is on my side, then why can't I get the same from the Plano City Council? That's the problem, is I come here and I'm still a victim of transphobia. Yet we have champions like my girl Leah, my sister, and she gets to win, but I don't. Why not? That's what I'm asking you. Why not? Why can't I swim against the ladies? Why are we having a transphobic world where I just want to compete against the ladies? Why are you saying that I'm not a biological woman? Clearly, I look like a biological woman. I mean, come on. It's been hours tucking this thing in. Give me a break. I should be able to swim. And I'm on so much hormone therapy, I don't even know left or right anymore. So I'm doing this. I don't have an unfair advantage. No way. So I need you guys to stand up. We have a city issue, Rick, and we can actually fix this and let me compete against the ladies. I'm sick of these women. Oh, you're having an unfair advantage. Yeah, right. And I'm mentally ill, and they won't even let me compete in the Special Olympics. So go figure. Think about that. I can't compete in the Special Olympics, and I can't compete against women. What kind of bigotry is that? Are you guys going to let that stand? I wouldn't let that stand. If I were y'all, I would stand up for me, because in the future, they're going to write these in the history books, and they're going to have to decide what side Plano was on. Were they transphobes? Or were they trans-positive? And obviously, I'm trans-positive. So that's what I want. I want you guys to wake up to what's going on in the world and tell the City of Plano Swim League to let me compete against the ladies. I've been on hormone blockers for nearly 2 weeks now. And like I said, I'm so messed up from them, I'm probably going to lose anyway. But I can send that tape to a college, and I might get a scholarship, Julie. So don't look at me with your eyes looking at me all mean. I'm out here trying to change for you. This is women's rights. I'm standing up for women's rights. Thank you. It's Primetime Stein on Instagram if you guys want to learn how to swim against the ladies. Thank you all so much.
I'm with him. I'm with him. He should be able to compete. He should be able to compete. No, you can't just sign laws that protect parents' right to keep their children from being taught our sexuality. Anyways, I signed the bill. I had to put that meme up just because, you know, some of the faces in there are so perfect. But you know what? Hey, cat boys and cat girls and all those other people, they need to have lives too or whatever. You don't have to like it, but, you know, you have to allow them to exist, right? And I mean, if not, you could always go back to your Will Smith memes, because obviously people are going to milk that shit for like at least the next 5 years. If people can squeeze out 10 years of milk out of that one, I'm going to be shocked. I'm going to be shocked. And honestly, that dude, he just wanted to compete. He just wants to compete. And I think that he should be able to compete. Why not? Why wouldn't he be able to compete? I got more pictures on his I got more pictures on his laptop if you want to come see. Psaki explaining how Biden taking showers with his daughter is Trump's fault. Yeah, that is Trump's fault. Fucking Trump. What's this? Take showers with your daughter. Raise crackhead son. But that's pretty much it for the day, folks. And it's dark as crap in here, so I need to turn on some light or something. Where's my bright white light? Wait, I just need to go to the Daily Mail or Daily Wire. Yeah, just go to the Daily Wire. That'll brighten up your day. There we go. So, think about it this way, folks. Things are just easing their way into madness and getting stranger and stranger. Sometimes when you look at the past and then fast forward into the future, it's really weird how in just 3 years, things have gone pretty fucking crazy. I mean, ever since that Biden got into the office, things have just been going super weird. Like, way weird, like nearing biblical proportions type, like Armageddon type stuff, which is strange. I find it very strange. But that's okay. We're all living in the hellscape together as one. And remember, it's always like what you see happening and what you look into that will give you the signs of what you need to be doing in the future. Because as I see it right now, it's a little bit strange. I mean, I knew it was going to be a strange day. Like, Sunday, I was driving around. I went and got a pizza with Lunchy, some Little Caesars. I picked up me some Bunny Tracks ice cream, and I was driving up. And I was like, oh, shit. I should probably get some gas. So I turned into the nearest Sinclair gas station that I saw. And as I was turning in, I bumped the curb a little bit, and my fucking tire blew out. So that was fun. That was fun. Which I still don't understand, because it was like, I looked at the spot that I hit or whatever, and it wasn't even like the fucking curb. It was like, there was like a little sharp piece, and it just punctured the side of the tire. Like, so I had to switch my tire, and it was on the front. So I had to drive back to my house on the donut on the front, which I don't like. And then I had to swap the back tire to the front to the back. And then I spent Sunday trying to find tires, and half of the fucking shops are closed. The other half of the shops were like, we don't got nothing in stock. Nobody had anything in stock. Everybody was telling, and then on Monday, I was like, yo, bro, you guys got these tires? I called like every fucking tire place in like the area and like in Reno, and then nobody had them. The only people that could get them, the only people that could get them were Discount Tire, and they only had one type, which weren't even the ones that I wanted. But at that point, I was like, well, they're a little bit cheaper than the Bridgestones, but I don't know if I want more Bridgestones. I mean, I've never had a brand new tire pop like that before. I mean, it's in the sidewall. I'm not going to fucking put a patch on the sidewall and call it good. Like, nah. Nah, dude. But that's the new normal right there. It's just going to take a lot. Like, I guess I'm spoiled because, like, in AZ, I mean, if I ever needed a tire, like, I didn't even go into tire shops. I just went to the Mexican used tire shop and been all like, yo, you got something close to this? Oh, yeah. Fucking throw it on there, bro. All right, peace out, homies. $50. So, it's very weird, actually. Like, I was planning on getting new tires anyway, because I didn't want to, like, mess up the snow tires, because it's getting warmer outside, but I was just like, the fuck, man? Like, seriously? Yeah, Fix-A-Plat doesn't fix a blowout on the sidewall. Like, you can plug a hole if it's on the tread, but if it's on the side of the wall, yeah, no, that don't work. It don't work if it's on the sidewall. And even if you did try to patch that shit, I wouldn't drive on that shit. If you ever had a fucking blowout like that, fuck that, dude. Hell nah. Hell nah! So, I guess that's pretty much it. I get to finally, hopefully, get those put on tomorrow. That's when my appointment is. So I gotta get those put on, and then I have to do a job tomorrow, so hopefully it doesn't take fucking forever. And I'm waiting at the store, so, you know, I'm gonna be sitting there staring at them for like 2 hours, just like, you guys fucking done yet? You done yet? But yeah, that's pretty much it. That's all I got for you. So make sure you hit the like button. Consider becoming a member. You know, subscribe, do whatever the hell you want to do. And we'll see you again on the next one, when we look at more stuff that is depressing, slightly funny, or whatever. Bye-bye now. Have a nice day. Don't do nothing I wouldn't do. Whee! Wait, that's the wrong one. Can't use that song 'cause it's copyright.